The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, a convicted arsonist is back behind bars, facing more arson charges after a house fire. Police say the fire was started with the same method the suspect used in the past, adding he has ties to that neighborhood. But that's not the only fire he's suspected of starting. We'll explain. Plus, the saga in Benson City over a mobile home community is continuing. An official finding the city was out of compliance with FEMA standards, saying the city historically has not enforced an ordinance, which was recently updated. We'll fill you in on that. And 2 schools in Yakima County have teamed up to help students with a passion for health sciences, allowing for easier transfers and eliminating barriers for communities with first-generation low-income students. We'll hear from school officials. That story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, not a whole lot to write home about yesterday. We had the warm temperatures, which honestly are just going to be kind of par for the course for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and things are just going to heat up today through the weekend as well, or at least today through Saturday. Let's take a look outside at Yakima. Not too much to write home about. Beautiful, clear morning. West of the Cascades, they have been dealing with some pretty significant fog in the mornings. Now, so we certainly are not seeing those concerns over this direction. In fact, you can see the lights over the city really not being obstructed by anything. It is another cool start to the morning in Yakima as we are sitting in the mid-50s underneath those aforementioned mostly clear skies, a pretty light westerly wind as well. Here's a look at your weather headlines for today and moving forward. The abnormally hot temperatures today through Sunday are going to be the biggest story. There's going to be a slim chance of thunderstorms this weekend. That's primarily going to be focused in the Blue Mountains, maybe some pop-up thunderstorms in the Cascades too, but a vast majority of us will be staying sunny. Now, as we look at that third weather headline, heat relief does arrive next week. I'll break down all 3 of these weather headlines in greater depth coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Grandview. A convicted arsonist is facing arson charges again following a house fire. According to court documents, police responded to the fire in the 500 block of West 4th Street just past 1 a.m. this past Friday. The documents say a 5-gallon bucket was placed next to the house and set on fire. Police say that was the method 42-year-old Zenaido de Galado Jr. had used in the past. He was arrested. They also say he used to live on the same block as the most recent fire, and he now faces first-degree arson charges and made his first court appearance on these charges Tuesday. Now, the documents did go on to say that he's the suspect for the Main Street Bridge fire in Grandview in May of 2023. His bail was set at $20,000. And while the Tri-Cities has been able to avoid major fire activity this season, the ongoing heat and drought means fire continues to be a threat. In Central Oregon, this fire called the Rail Ridge Fire near Dayville was started by lightning 3 days ago. It's burned more than 66,000 acres with no containment. Heavy wind on Monday caused it to spread quickly. The Rail Ridge Fire is believed to be made up of several fires started by lightning that have combined to torch 96 square miles in just 2 days. And we continue our coverage of Crestview Terrace Apartments remodel in Ellensburg with another story from someone who's been mistreated, or claims to be mistreated during the remodel. We spoke to a resident named Jennifer who had her move-out date changed and her hotel stay extended. Jennifer's original move-out date was on August 23rd, which got changed to a day earlier on the 22nd. Jennifer and her fiance were told to vacate the apartment between 9 and 4 that day, and that's, Jennifer says, at 8 a.m. on the 22nd. The relocation specialist was knocking on her door, saying that they should have been out the day before, claiming the same story even after she was shown the August 22nd date. They were told that they would be only in a hotel for 7 to 10 days. That would mean they would have been out by now, but that stay has got extended to September 6th and then extended again to the 17th. The residents are not allowed to grab anything from of their belongings, which are stored in a storage pod, despite being in the hotel for nearly triple the amount of time that they had originally been told. We've reached out to the managing partners of the apartment, the owners of the apartment, and the relocation service, but have yet to hear back. We're also continuing to follow the story of people who live in mobile home communities in Benton City who could be forced to move. When representatives from the Washington State Department of Ecology visited the trailer parks, they found the city was out of compliance with standards set by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. We spoke to leaders from FEMA to find out what the requirements are for the city and what they would have to do to be back in compliance.
Maybe they didn't have it worded exactly correctly. And that's one of the reasons why we do those periodic visits with them, a compliance visit, is so we can review the ordinance and make sure that they have all the wording correct. The problem is just that in the past, the city of Benton City has not been enforcing their ordinance. They've had the ordinance requirement, they just haven't enforced it.
Now, city leaders recently updated their ordinance to fit the requirements set by FEMA, which requires mobile homes to be securely anchored to the ground and high enough to avoid water damage in the event of a flood. People who have RVs that want to stay longer than 6 months must also follow those requirements. For more information, head over to our website, KEPRTV.com. Crews will be working on water mains in Pasco today for the Lewis Street Overpass project. They'll be working from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. No water outages are expected, but people and businesses in pressure zone 2 on your screen may be experiencing fluctuating or lower than normal water pressure, and a certain type of business could be more affected.
This will be following the old underpass route. So this is in addition to the existing main, so it'll just give additional capacity to the East Pasco area. Certainly the processors, food processors out in East Pasco will definitely have more of an effect on them. Homeowners shouldn't see too much effect, but we did want to let people know.
The Lewis Street project, which the city first broke ground on in 2021, will finally be finished next month. If you experience any problems today, contact Pasco Public Works. And Yakima Valley College and Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences are teaming up to help students who want a career in health sciences. KIMA's John Franklin tells us more.
This was a broad effort along the lines of all the programs here at P&W through the Provost's office, working with Yakima Valley College to set up pathway programs for students from YVC to be able to come to any of our programs here at P&WU.
A new agreement between the Yakima Valley College and the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences is helping to make a transition from YVC to PNWU easier.
It's going to eliminate some of the barriers that tend to happen in communities like YVC, where we're serving first-generation low-income students.
It's intended to help provide rural communities with professionals that come out of PNWU.
In general, it's removing as many barriers as we can so that students can get a good education, be trained well, and then take those skill sets that they learned in each individual healthcare profession and return the community to practice.
The agreement can save the student money throughout their college career.
Plus, it cuts off a year of college time-wise as well as from a cost perspective.
At the end of the day, the goal of this program is to get the students ready to work some much-needed jobs in their community.
The overall goal is to help recruit students from the region, train them in a healthcare profession that the university offers, and then return them back in the community to practice.
Reporting in Yakima for Action News, I'm John Franklin.
John Franklin, thank you. And the application window for YVC students to apply is opening soon, and they would start at PNWU in July of 2025. With that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan to talk the weather today. Another hot one here in the Tri-Cities. Seems like a hot one everywhere across our viewing area.
That's right. Another hot one on tap for today. Well above average high temperatures, near record high temperatures for today. And believe it or not, things are just going to get hotter as you do go into Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday are going to be the two peak days of this current early September heat wave. Now for today, as I've already mentioned, mid to upper 90s, sunny skies for absolutely everyone. Now, haze and smoke might be a bit of a factor for today. We will talk about how long the high heat will stick around, how much haze and smoke will be a factor, and we will discuss when a cool down is on the way, all straight ahead.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:09. Coming up on Keeper KIMA this morning, Toppenish students are making their way to school in new electric buses, costing the district millions. Officials say this will not only benefit the environment, but also the students, adding they're expecting 3 more buses. We'll share the details in about 2 minutes, but later in the show, national news, we're learning new details in that Georgia school shooting yesterday that left 4 dead and 9 others injured. FBI officials say law enforcement interviewed the suspected shooter last year about a threat to the school. but did not take further action. And in health news, Harvard researchers are developing an AI tool designed to diagnose cancer. It's a ChatGPT-like model, and it's been tested on over a dozen cancer types. But researchers didn't stop there. We'll talk what else it can do. That's just a glimpse of what's coming up this morning. Stay with us. We're just getting started.